And this is the Miami Vice game for the PSP. Developed by Rebellion, published by Sierra Entertainment again, published in 2006. Just for the PSP. I don't think it ever came out on any other platform, which is a little strange. Never came out on PS2 or... yeah. But yes, although this looks like it might be a strategy game, actually, it's a third-person shooter. And this was back in the days when I guess we hadn't figured out that we shouldn't do third-person shooters on a handheld. But this is not a bad one. Ooh, useful. So let's just buy it all. And then I think we're already ready for a mission. Don't want to do that. Garage?
Through a private airfield outside the city, but Freddy doesn't know which one. Find out what you can.
Let's find it out. Got my upgraded pistol. So I had a quick playthrough of the tutorial. It's probably been many years since I played this game. And I think I played through the tutorial in a little bit at the second level, and then that was about it. So, see how far we get. So in terms of controls, because obviously the PSP has only got one analog stick, you've got movement, which is turn and move on the left stick. Right trigger, or R, will bring your gun up, so it's kind of like Resident Evil 4 controls. And then there's a bunch of buttons, so X is shoot, square is reload when you're in aim mode, and like, things on the, like down on the D-pad will use your health pack, that sort of goings. L will put you into cover. You can pop out and pop somebody in the head. So there is a little bit of significance to the colour of the red dot, because it'll pop white when you're on top of somebody. It's quite handy, especially because you're playing it on a, well, with a PSP, you're playing it on a tiny screen, so... oh, you idiot. Can I blow those up? I can blow those up. That's handy to know. Wish I'd done that before I started the mission. Again, it's a difficult thing, but you kind of have to cast your mind back to the PSP in 2006. We're a year or two into the life of the console, so it's kind of in its era of getting some of the good games. They never did figure out how to do third-person shooters on PSP, and I feel like even on Vita, I know that the Vita didn't have a whole lot of time as a, you know, a bit fully fledged platform for those sorts of games, because it kind of became a haven for indie games. I think it's probably a better fit anyway. I played through the entirety of Killzone. Oh god, what was it? Killzone Mercenary? That game was not good. It was adequate. It certainly wasn't Killzone 3 or even Killzone Shadowfall. So there's a cover system, there's running, there's different weapons. There's kind of a drug dealing aspect of it, where you can pick up drugs on the mission and then sell those to dealers. And there's kind of a Chinatown Wars style market system, so certain things will be worth more. Oh, this is going to go badly. Oh, get him! No! Shoot him in the head! Stand up, maybe? No, it's not down on the D-pad, it's up on the D-pad for health, turns out. Oh, down changes weapon. Explosive barrels? Yes. +1 for explosive barrels. So I think for a PSP game, this looks pretty good. It's like textures are solid. It's frame rate is a little dodgy, but nothing so far that has made me not want to play it at all. It's one of those games that you play. Oh, get in cover. This isn't the platform I want to play this on. That's really the problem with it. I think if this had been a late era PS2 game, I would have had much more joy finishing it. Because playing this on a PSP is just really difficult. I know Sony was chasing you can play these games on the move. Yeah, but you don't really want to. When you're on the move, you want to play something simple. That's why we have things like Tetris. You don't really want to play a fully fledged... Like, I don't want to play Gears of War on a portable. Or not a portable that doesn't have a proper controller sticking out the back of it. If you have like a Ben Heck laptop with a 13-inch screen, then maybe. But just for a thing that you're supposed to be keeping in your pocket and getting out for 10-15 minutes at a time, these kind of games never fit that mold properly. That's why, I could name you my favourite PSP games off the top of my head because there's not many of them. It's stuff like Loco Roco, it's stuff like Half Minute Hero. But I never got into Patapon, but Patapon's in that same sort of boat. And then the kind of 100-hour RPGs that the PSP seemed to foster quite well. It's a really difficult thing because you kind of sit here and say, well, this is technically well made. There's nothing wrong with it. But it doesn't feel like a good match for the platform. And I can't judge anybody who says, no, I really enjoyed it playing it because I've got no problem with it. It's entertaining enough. I almost feel like an idiot standing here saying, well, if it was on PS2, it's like the classical kind of, well, not as bad as people who won't play games that aren't on PC when they own the console that it's out on. But I think the portable home game is a much better argument because I don't have a commute where I can play games. If I had a 30-40 minute bus ride every day, then I'm sure I would get more into 3DS and Vita and making sure I had games of length and decency to play. But I play on my portable games either on holiday or in the house. If I'm in the house, there are bigger TVs to play them on. And like I say, I'm playing this on a TV now, so with the video out. But you're still dealing with kind of the reduced control set that the PSP offers you, which is really what causes the problem. The low resolution of the screen doesn't help because what is the PSP? It's 480 by 272 or something like that. So it's lower res than the PS2. I confiscated those narcotics. See if this doesn't hit him. Oh god, that camera again. We're too late to shoot it out now, but there is a button that you can. Oh. The textures are pretty good in this game. Considering this is being blown up to a TV, this doesn't look half bad. The one control quirk I don't like is that when you get into cover, it has a tendency to make you crouch and then never let you come out of crouch. Oh, I can use that door. Handy. Oh, bloody cameras. I wonder what possessed them to make a PSP only Miami Vice game. I don't know if it's just they had the license but they didn't have the budget or the team to make a fully fledged console game. So what platform would you put that out on? 2006 is getting dangerously close to PS2 being irrelevant. 360 was kicking around, but PS3 was nowhere to be seen. Jesus. Getting my ass handed to me. I do kind of wish there was an auto-aim option here. Manually aiming with the analog stick doesn't feel great. Gotta go back in the building. No? Can I go to the gate? At the end of the mission. Wow. Wasn't expecting that so soon. You get a score at the end, I don't really know why. Some sort of reputation system. There's some sort of day system as well on the map, I didn't understand that. Interesting. So I could now go to a drug dealer and sell some of what I got. Because I've got a full... I don't want to sell it all, that'd be ridiculous. Sell most of it. Yep. So you could trade and get money that way. Arms dealer, got any weapon upgrades we can buy? Oh, don't get me started on the flash rams. I tried that the other night and just... It's the worst hacking minigame I've ever seen in my entire life. Alright, let's give it a go. Take out my pistol. Now level 3. This level's blurry. Bloody cameras. Was the remake of Miami Vice gritty? Did they get rid of all the 80s kind of gloss? Let's go back and investigate that. Again, I've got no idea if this is respectful of the source material or if this is just, you know, Miami Vice by name. I would assume because it's got the movie branding on it that it's fairly faithful. In this day and age, they didn't. It's not like the 90s where games were treated as just let them do what they want. But this was in the era of you've paid for this license and we're going to give you a style guide and all sorts of stuff. So how many guys am I going to have to shoot in this level? Is the question. Am I going in the door with lights? I am. Uh-oh. Medikit. See, that's the case. When you get to a knee-high wall, press cover, it automatically crouches you forever. It's a little annoying. This pistol's got some firepower to it now. Oh, okay, that's what the codes are for then. You go to a computer in the level. So I think other third-person shooters chose different control schemes. So this Resident Evil 4 control scheme is fairly well liked. It seems to be a Marmite control scheme. Some people love it, some people absolutely hate it. Oh, just skip that level entirely. I don't think it matters that the camera saw me. It's a bit of a giveaway, the entire petrol station's on fire. I will say it's worth keeping an eye on your health, because if I remember rightly, the mini packs don't auto use. It's a bit unfortunate. Drugs. Oof, those flame effects. Affecting the poor little PSP. Mom. That's a bloodbath. There's one more guy, I'm sure. He's shouting at me, so I assume he exists. You hiding over here? All the way over there? What a wuss. How far do you want to run away? Follow the light. The other interesting thing about this game is it's got a fat 18 rating on the front. I'm assuming that's the combination of the drug smuggling stuff and also the violence. But the violence doesn't seem that severe to me. I assume it's the tone that gets it that sort of ranking. No, don't shotgun me in the face. That'll go badly for everyone. Perspective's a little bit difficult to judge when you're that close to a character. Ooh, yeah, it's quite handy. That's another Resident Evil-ism though, of kind of back and square to do a 180 turn. Really should reload. It's another annoying thing is that if you have to hold R to reload. You have to hold it right to the end of the animation before it'll let you. Because if you let go, he'll just stop reloading. The amount of times I've done that, gone into battle and realised I've only got one bullet in the chamber. Or none. That's slightly embarrassing. Ooh. Oh, see your head. Oh, you cheated and moved. Don't know why I'm being so conservative with ammo. There's so much of it around. Am I going back outside again? Oh. That was abrupt. A rep bonus. My reputation exceeds me.
I got a cousin that's going to be on it. He's my favorite cousin, man. Anything happens to him, our deal is off.
Is that going to be another shootout? Kind of feel like I need to find out. Other thing to be aware of if you're going to play this yourself, it doesn't save your game for you.
Custom
One more.
If you're going in there, seize its dope cargo. There's probably enough encryption.
Let's see what this is, because this seems to have a slightly different setup than the other missions. Boat sequence?
Crockett.
It's Castillo. I've had reports the Zopounders are already in the area.
Must be looking for the same thing as us.
Real popular guy, this cousin of Freddy's.
Nice. Alright. This is elaborate for a PSP game. Oh, those drugs. I need to be on top of them when they explode then. This controls surprisingly alright for a PSP game as well. Apart from the frame rate, but... not much you can do about that. It's not a very powerful machine. It's one of those games I would love to know, not why it exists, but how it came to be. It just seems like such a weird project, having a PSP only Miami Vice game. Unless it was going to be other platforms and just got cancelled, I don't know. Oh. Come on, here we go. I keep thinking I'm lost, and then it just keeps picking up the battle. It may as well be rendering this at the time. I've got no idea where I'm going. I assume this is all movie plot relevant.
Nothing, man. Just dope, money, dead Haitians, and more dope. Ever get the feeling you being played?
Time we had a serious talk with Freddy about who's working for who here.
Oh, Freddy. Will you never learn? Well, that's Miami Vice the game. I'm even more surprised than I thought. I should have picked up more stashes than that. That's just pathetic. Yeah, this game's good. I never gave it a shot at the time. I played through the tutorial and thought, yeah, it's pretty decent.
New drug cartel specializing in crystal meth operating somewhere in the city. All our intel
More story.
indicates they're
Well, anyway,
well-financed
that is
and extremely
miles better than the PS2 game. It's a real shame
off the streets.
that well, actually, you know, it's a good thing that this is the one that people remember. This is the one that gets linked to. If you go to GameSpot, for instance, the PSP game is the one they're talking about, even though they've linked it to PS2, Xbox, PC, mobile. This game came out nowhere else, so if you can grab yourself a PSP and a copy of this, it's pretty decent. I can't complain. The controls are a little bit cumbersome, but for the platform, I'd actually much rather play this than something like Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PSP, which uses the face buttons. I think Siphon Filter did as well, so the face buttons to aim. I kind of prefer the Resident Evil 4 approach. You know, it's a little bit better for the control scheme of the PSP. But yep, that's Miami Vice, the video game, and now I gotta go try and find some more PSP games to do.